Hi everyone, it's Sydney, and this week's prompt has been, how does the music that you listen to affect your life? And for me, I think it's a really good question. I like that question a lot. And I mentioned in one of my other videos that I've done for this channel that I listen to music out of necessity. And I think that this prompt kind of ties into that because I listen to music when I need to feel happy. Sometimes when I think that I need to express my sadness, like I'm gonna go listen to a sad song because it's gonna make me feel better if I can just cry and get that out and connect to that music on that level. Really, like if I'm with my friends and we wanna listen to something upbeat that makes us all excited and happy and whatnot. So I think that like in that aspect, I really just listen to music in order to like express my emotions, and I think that's how music affects me in my own life. But I also think that it helps me to make connections that I need in life, whether that's connections with my family over bonding over certain types of music, connections with friends. I mean, if you think about it, the way that we all came together really was a connection over worship music. So that was one thing that we all had in common. So I would say that worship music obviously has all affected our lives, and it brought us together in this group, as well as, for example, I know that several of you guys have been in choir or band, and myself included, of course. So making those connections with those people in your ensemble, whatever it may be, connecting over a specific kind of music or really just all kinds of music and just expressing that you love all different kinds. So I think that is how music has affected my life. It's been very positive. I have always kind of struggled with anxiety and depression, and I think that music has really helped me. In a lot of ways, I kind of feel like God gave me this passion for music so that I have a way to release all of those negative emotions or emotions that I don't know how to deal with, it's a way for me to put my emotions into something here on earth while also looking up to Him and Him kind of walking me through it. I feel like that's always been the thing that has just kind of guided me through my anxiety or depression at different points in my life, no matter what may be happening. And I know that several of you guys have mentioned that worship music has done the same for you guys as well. So I'm trying to keep this video somewhat short because I do have to talk about our next prompt for this week, and the prompt that I chose was, what is your go-to inspirational song? So for me, I think that my go-to inspirational song, it's called My Life is in Your Hands, originally sang by Kirk Franklin with God's Property. I hope that some of you guys have heard it. It's a wonderful song. I'm not gonna play any of it or sing any of it, but I really encourage you guys to go check it out. The reason that this song has been so inspirational for me is I had heard it before I'd gotten into college and into Purduettes, but I had never sang it, and it wasn't really like my go-to worship song, I would say. But I remember when we went to our Purduette camp, the first time that all of us Purduettes, the newcomers and the old members, sang it together, I just felt like I felt every word. There were people crying, and we didn't touch it much more in camp after that. But the next time we sang it, and this is a really cool thing that I think Purduettes do, we sang it because one of our members, one of her friends' father was sick. And so we sang it, we recorded it in rehearsal for that girl's family just as a little pick-me-up to help her feel better. It was one of her dad's favorite songs that he had heard us sing, and he really liked it. So we wanted to be able to give that back. And that is not the first or only time that we've done that. Me personally, I was very, very close with my choir director in high school, and my senior year of high school, he got diagnosed with cancer, which was really difficult, of course, but it did go into remission at the beginning of my freshman year, so the beginning of the school year. But it did come back in around January, which is exactly a year later that he had gotten it before. So when I told my director, I asked if there was anything we could do for him. And I knew that he was coming to one of our concerts later in the semester, and he was still able to make it, thank goodness. But so while he was in the crowd, my director, Jeff Valier, he kind of gave without saying his name, just kind of gave him like a shout out and saying like, this is for any of you that are struggling, and it talked about our educators and stuff like that, and how important those people are for us, and how it's important to lift them up when they need it. And we went ahead and sang that song. I sobbed through the entire thing. The girl that was standing next to me had to hold my hand because I couldn't stop crying while we were singing it. But I think that just goes to show, like, it's a very emotional song, and we've sang it 100 times, and every single time I get teary-eyed because it is just so beautiful. And it's not that it's sad. It does obviously, like, it strikes something in my core, but I think that just like listening to some of it, please, please, please go listen to it. Whether you listen to the Kirk Franklin God's Property version, or if you listen to, you can YouTube My Life is in Your Hands, Perduettes, and you'll find a recording of us singing it. But please go look it up, because when you listen to the lyrics, it's just saying like, God, my life is in your hands. And it's just about trusting God and letting him get you through all of your trials and everything. So it's a really beautiful song. I encourage you guys to go listen to it. And I'm really excited to hear what your guys' inspirational songs are. I hope everybody is staying happy and healthy, and I hope everybody has a good day.